Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
I've
tuning
got a
into
question and a
this.
statement.
Okay, sure.
Statement is completely off topic, although we haven't really
Well,
had
we
a
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure they're the topic yet, but
but the question will be pertinent to probably a big topic we'll be discussing. But I'm just gonna make a statement. I wanted to try to catch you before we started. I'm glad I did. Um, I have been outside in the elements, in all kinds of elements lately, and my lips have finally, I think, taken a beating. So needed some chapstick. So I reached underneath our drawer. Much to my surprise, pleasant surprise, we had 12 to 13,000 chapsticks that I got at a wedding in the Keys. I
how did
pl
you
I
how did you
plucked,
end up with so many of those?
I don't know, I plucked the grape one. And I'm not saying that the wedding I went to was cheap by any means, because not even close. But when you get gift bags, you don't expect like top quality stuff. I have to say, it's easily the best chapstick I've ever used.
Can you repeat? Sorry, I had to put you
Serious
on
right
the
now?
loudspeaker.
Okay, so which part do you want me to repeat?
I would just everything you just said, but maybe summarize it a bit.
Okay, so I've been in the elements lately for many days with baseball, hot, cold. My lips have taken a pounding. I needed some chapstick tonight. I reached under to see if we had any in the bathroom, in our bathroom. Much to my pleasant surprise, 12 to 13,000 chapsticks appeared in a baggie. I plucked and I remember that I did get them at a wedding I was at in November in the Keys. I plucked one out randomly. It was grape, and it's easily head and shoulders the best chapstick I've ever used. Now, again, it was a gift at a wedding, like in a little, you know, not a little. It was in a bag. In fact, it was the furthest thing from little gift bag, a big gift bag. But I just thought, you don't really spend a lot of money on something like chapstick.
You almost went. I felt the Trump about to come out right there when you went a big gift bag.
Yeah, I know.
Huge.
Huge. It was a huge no, but anyways, the best chapstick I've ever used.
Well, when you put a gift bag together and in that gift bag
Oh, and
is
I
high.
did put that gift bag together, by the way. Oh, you mean not literally? Go ahead.
No, I sort of meant literally. I'm talking about curating right now. And when you're
Okay.
curating a gift bag and in that gift bag is going Highland popcorn, the I can't say I'm a worldwide popcorn connoisseur. I do feel comfortable that I'm a national popcorn connoisseur, so I'm going to say
Fair
the
enough.
nation's best popcorn.
Yeah.
Um, so good. It's in Delta lounges. It probably has traveled the world. It's such good
Special
popcorn.
Olympics, the World Special Olympics coming up
Yeah,
this weekend.
there you go.
Continue.
Worldwide. It's worldwide.
Yep.
When Highland popcorn goes in the bag, you cannot spare an expense at what else goes in that bag, or it's
True.
not gonna live up
No,
to it.
well, the other interesting thing is I've had chapped lips since November and never knew. I don't know why today was the day I discovered the 12 to 13,000 uh chapsticks, but I guess I'm good for a while. But kudos to whoever bought this brand that I've never heard of. Easily the best chapstick I've ever used.
Hopefully there's a second and a third and maybe a fourth grape in there for you then. I didn't
Yeah,
even know they were flavored, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look at that.
what?
There's also SPF. I know you don't believe in that, but
30.
maybe for your lips you will.
SPF 30.
That's
I
26
feel
more
like
than we're allowed to use.
well I feel like I've known Dad a long time, and I
Most
do
of your
think
life.
yeah, most of it. I do think the only place I've ever actually seen him apply sunscreen might be to his bald spot, no offense,
Yeah,
and his lips.
those are the two spots and the only
Yeah,
two
I don't
spots.
count the jelly that they claim is SPF
No,
4, but
right now I'm in mid-season form, as they say, with my I don't need any sunscreen, but
no. Well, you're quantity over quality right now in the sun,
it's
you
been
know.
every day since March. But the chapstick is a game changer. I've never even heard of this kind. But there is 30 there is screen or sunscreen 30.
That's not the one that came from the
Do you want
dermatologist,
to
is it?
No, that's a Bezos special.
Do you want to say
Jeff
which kind of
Bezos.
chapstick it is so that people can buy it?
Sure. Hang on, let me grab it.
Could we get a
Sorry.
sponsorship?
I would call it the Bezos.
My back just got a bunch of spasms from hearing about the gift bags.
Oh, I know. It does bring some flashbacks. What are you talking about? I did it with a heart condition.
I did it with a
Well,
broken
technically,
back.
anything
Yours
you
is
do is with a
probably
heart condition.
yours
It's
is probably worse,
okay.
but
Well, not necessarily. We're even now. It's a brand. I'm gonna spell it first because I'm sure I'll butcher the pronunciation.
you
V.
already did that.
Yeah, I already pronounced. Yeah, I pronounced wrong. V as in victory. I as in ISIS. No, that's a bad one. I as in
Ironic.
S as in Scott. R as in Rudy. I as in and E as an elephant. Viscery chapstick.
That's made up. Okay, well there you go.
What do you
To
mean that's made up?
that brand, I mean, that's not even a real thing. I mean, clearly it is. You have it, but
I just read it.
no, I know. What if Viscery
well.
lip balm? Yeah, here it is.
I'm confused. You must have taken them 12 bags though, because I was under strict guidance to
Yeah.
put one in each bag.
I had this exact one.
I'm
Purchased
we
2 times.
okay. I mean, I know this is several months after the big occasion, but we have multiple bags of weird stuff. I have to say.
I
I've got
think almost everybody involved in the
yeah. So I've
event
got.
does. What other flavors do you have in there? They got a lot of flavors
Well,
there.
I'd have to go. I know I saw cherry.
I don't know what size pack we bought, but
I also
honey,
have.
vanilla bean, peppermint, coconut,
I
strawberry,
think I
cherry,
got it all because they were all different.
citrus.
Yeah, I'm in for all that, by the way. We also do have some lotion with it. Not quite as many little they're not really bottles, little squeeze bottles of
I do
lotion.
believe the miniature lotions are medical grade.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
But
those are sponsored.
Those are dermatologist approved. You know when you like see those toothbrush commercials and it's like 9 out
yeah,
of 10 dentists use the Oral-B?
yeah.
That sunscreen is like the 9 out of 10
Okay,
dermatologist
so I
sunscreen.
do have many of that, but what I do have, and I did know, is we have. I'd say
There were
it's
2
20.
dermatologists at the wedding, by the way. I wanted on record that that sunscreen came from the less famous of the 2. So
Oh, yeah. We can get into the famous one later, but we also have secured or brought home. I don't even know how we got all this stuff home. I guess multiple bags of luggage. Um, I'm guessing 27 to 28,000 little mint packages or what mint tins or whatever, breath mint tins. A lot of those too. So yeah, like I said, we got a few weird odd end things, but multiple weird multiple breath mint tins.
the branded breath mint tins.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were a journey. So take care of those, please.
And I don't know how we got them all.
I have 2 of them and I'm almost through one of them.
Well,
I've got
a lot of stress went into the mint tins specifically. So
well, if someone
I'm using them.
we use
Good.
them, but it's like they multiply. I use one and there's 10 more.
So
So
happy 7 months later we're getting a review.
what?
So happy 7 months later we're getting a review.
Oh yeah. Well,
I
he just
know
found the
I
chapstick.
it's
Well, it
that's
took
why
me 7 months to recover.
It took Sam 7 months to recover, he says.
I did say it's rather late to the party on that.
That's
this
true. You did lead with that. She
situation.
could not. My roommate could not hear that just at the time.
Yeah, no, I did
Yeah.
confess.
So this week's episode, I guess, is brought to you by Viscery Chapstick.
I cannot recommend it more. I'm not sure where to find it, but I guess Jeff Bezos, you said, but it's electric.
It's electric, like
then
the slide.
and your roommate can be there here for this because she probably knows.
Wait, you haven't even gotten to your second
No, I have a
part
question.
yet?
I have a question.
Okay.
So kudos to the wedding planners and how we have thousands of these items is beyond me, but glad we do because 7 months later I finally used one. Well, I did use the breath mints before. Here's my question for all 3 of you. Is the World Cup still going on? Because I feel like there was a lot of stuff, and
I'm
then
watching it right now.
there's 10 days in between game. There's just I might be wrong because I don't like it, but you guys are as into soccer as it gets. Do you feel like it's a little lackluster? And if it's I might be wrong. I'm not saying it is. I just feel like there's not that much. It's just lackluster. I don't know another word to use for it.
Well, there's about 4 games a day.
I
And
don't even know that. Oh wait, I did.
So
No
they
one even
started out.
scored yesterday.
They started out with 2 a day for
Oh
the
no,
first
there's
couple
times.
days, and then once we got to the weekend, they've expanded to 3 or 4 a day. And they're at normal times for you, so you should actually be invested. This is the one time you should be watching if you were going to pick a time because they're not at 2 a.m.
Well, they're in your
But
neck of
you
the
also
woods at 11 tonight at my time.
yeah, and it's an expanded field, so there's more teams, so there's more games, and so they're more drawn out, especially.
Okay, because they do seem really drawn out. I don't know. It just
But they're
so
also
do you guys
soccer
don't think
players.
it's
They're wussies, and they take a long time to recover.
do you guys not think it's lackluster? Is it everything you thought?
I think there's been some great games. Yeah, I mean, it's like any other event like this. It's like you gotta really like it. I like that there's just 4 games a day. I don't have to watch every single game. I think where it'll lose a little bit for me is these like unless there are strong matchups in the next like week or so, I'll probably taper off a bit. But it's everybody's first match. Messi's on right now. You get to see Messi for the first time. Ronaldo's first game
He
is
just
tomorrow.
scored.
He did. He's trying to keep up with Mbappe for the all-time World Cup goal scoring title. Although Holland might pass them both by the time this one's over. Um, then you'll get a couple games where I'm like, I've seen these guys, and now they're playing another no-name team. And then you're going to get into the third game of the group stage where you got to win to move on, or whatever. And so I think it'll pick back up. It's a lot of soccer. So I don't think I could sit here, and I wouldn't probably sit here and watch every game every single day, but like it's a nice thing to throw on in the background and track what's going on. And there's been a handful of pretty crazy results. I mean, this tiny little country of uh Cape Verde, I don't even really know what it is technically. Ties
Cape
Spain.
Verde
It's
in
like,
English.
yeah. I do have a question on that, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. 0-0 is not really an exciting score, but they're like the
Well, that's
84th ranked team in the world, and they held Spain to a tie.
Was every
that's the
game
thing.
yesterday a tie or something weird?
All 4 games
It
yesterday
was.
were a tie. Yeah.
That's weird.
We're getting a lot of ties, which in theory is not, very very interesting game. Although there has been some ties that have had a lot of action, but they're shocking results, and it's fun to watch these smaller countries because, like I said, expanded field, you would think, oh, there's some lesser teams in here that usually wouldn't make it, and you think they'd be getting dominated by these bigger, better countries, and they haven't been, which makes it all interesting and makes the games later on the group stage fun to watch when sometimes there would be nothing at stake.
I don't like how um this may come off as insensitive, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Gianni Infantino, the head of FIFA, has done some pretty awful things in his tenure, um, both directly and indirectly. I think at the very top of that list is these absolute ridiculous hydration breaks that they take. It's just it's quarters now. It's not even a half.
Okay. You're gonna be stunned at this. I actually know something about this.
Okay.
My overnight radio show that I listened to last night, they had a soccer guy on. It's 2 a.m. Central Time, of course, talking about how the most of the countries, like the whatever those leagues are that you guys watch, it's really a disadvantage to them to have these breaks because they're
It
geared to
is.
never stop.
It is. It's part of what's keeping these games so close and in some ways low scoring because it allows teams to like collect themselves. Today, it was France and Senegal. It was France and Senegal, and like literally as things like just started to open up in the second half, and France ended up winning, I think 3-1. But to go to the hydration break. Yesterday was Belgium and Egypt. Belgium brings on a sub who is an Romelu Lukaku, who is he's not the greatest Belgian soccer player of all time, but I'm pretty sure he's the leading scorer in
Who
the history of
is?
Belgian soccer.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pretend like I know, but he scored more goals for Belgium than anyone else. He comes on within 30 seconds of being on the field, he scores to tie the game, and they
Oh.
immediately go to a water break. And
Well,
I'm like,
and
I
half
mean, it's
these
clearly
places
about
are
money and
indoors.
whatever, but they're indoors. It's like 70 degrees in New York right now. Like, it's
well,
one
that's-
thing when you're in the Qatar in the literal desert, but like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's also soccer is very boring. I like it, but I'll admit it's very boring. But the one good thing about soccer is there are literally no breaks. The only break is halftime. There's no commercial breaks. There's really none.
Right.
And now you're installing commercial breaks, and it gets people less engaged. Like in
So why, when it's
soccer, the
finally
good.
in a country that's not that warm, did they decide to do that?
I think they did it the last time too. But again, that was in the freaking desert. Like, it's a
The
little
English
different.
were also complaining about Florida.
This is a
Yeah,
Oh.
they were. That's true.
So this is okay. This is a World Cup thing now. All right.
It's only a World Cup thing now. Yeah, this is not. They don't do
But
this in the Premier
also-
League. Like,
They're doing it everywhere. They're doing it no matter where it is, no matter what the temperature is, which is they're doing it because so they can go to commercials and get ads and get more money.
well, that's
this
the
is
one thing.
real.
I think in the Champions League final they did it, but they didn't go to commercial, which I felt was weird. And now they're just going to commercial. Like, the announcers are literally talking about the game like it's in quarters. Like, it's just totally. They're about to have one in this Argentina game at any moment. Like, it
They
totally
said-
screws with the flow of the game.
They said that they're doing it everywhere, even the indoor ones, so it's consistent. All the games
No,
are
if
consistent.
you're gonna do it, you have to do it everywhere. 100%. I just
feel
think
like-
it's insane.
You don't if you don't need it, but yeah,
You don't need it in any of these places. Like, and nowhere in any, like, it's not even that hot. Like, it's
No,
crazy.
I know some. I listened this last night. I heard all about this. So
No, it's true. It's true. You can, like, it allows these teams to just compose themselves, because if someone just is coming at you over and over again, eventually you're gonna have to give. But when all of a sudden you get 5 minutes to collect yourself and strategize and take a break and whatever, like, oh, it's a timeout. In a sport with no timeouts, it's a timeout.
that's right.
It
You
is
think
just completely antithetical to the game.
you think the World Cup would be the biggest grind of them all?
Yeah. I don't get it. It bothers the heck out of me.
So you guys are saying this is everything you expected it to be?
I mean, we're a week in, like not even
Yeah.
a week into it. I mean, what do you mean it's everything I've expected it to be?
Well, I don't know. It just like I just think there was a buzz and it started and it's just like, oh, there's games on. I don't know. Me personally, I don't.
I
feel like
still
there's
think there's a
buzz.
buzz. I mean, there's people from all over all other countries in the United States roaming the streets, and there's still like a buzz. You're
I
just not
can't-
paying attention to it.
Yeah, Sam's right. I can't tell you how many times a day I see like a group of 5 to 10 people all in the same jersey just walking around New York. Saw about 6 Scottish guys get on the subway at World Trade Center today.
I was at a bar on Saturday night, and there's 4 German guys just talking to me. I was like, they're they're just roaming all over
I hope
the
you didn't turn
country.
your back on them.
I told him I didn't tell him I was a tribesman.
but-
The blue eyes did Sam a favor in that moment.
I just thought that. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just feel like there's a bigger buzz right now with Danhausen and the Knicks and this.
Well, how could there
unfortunate-
not be?
And this very unfortunate Jelly Roll divorce that is just captivating the world right now.
I did see a funny tweet that was like, only in America could you be hosting the World Cup, and it's not the #1 sports story in the country.
True. And Jelly
Is
Roll.
that enough? Any other World Cup thoughts for the time being? Otherwise, we'll move
No,
on.
I
feel
mean,
like
no,
I had
I
another
opened the
World
door
Cup
for you
complaint,
guys. I
not
wasn't-
complaint, but
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
we don't.
USA looks like they're gonna win it all.
well, that was the other thing I was gonna say too. Like,
No
I
way.
felt the first few days had like a lot of fanfare. Every host nation played. The U.S. game had a ton of build up. They played really well. Like, I'm not surprised that on a Tuesday afternoon when it's Iraq and Norway, Dad's not tuned in and caring all that much. So I do think it's gonna ebb and flow just with anything.
It would be a little fun, like, to see if it was more like, college basketball and there were some multiple games playing at the same time. You could double box it, triple box or whatever, and then teams play it every 3 or 5 days instead of every week. But that's just the nature of soccer. Teams don't play every 3 days. Even if, like, you go to
Yeah.
Champions League, they're waiting a week.
Right.
So that's just soccer,
Okay.
Yeah.
and no one's going to change that.
No.
I still can't name someone on US. That's pretty sad, but that's okay. I'll try to catch. I've been busy, so maybe I'll try to catch the next. When do they play next?
If there was a one to watch, it was their first game. That was a great game. They scored 4 goals. So
I
Oh,
think they play Friday again.
against.
Australia, I believe, is
Is
Friday.
that going to be a meat grinder? Oh, I did hear last night in the middle of the night, they're gonna be really rough. They're a big team.
They
That's
won
my
their first
sources
game.
have told me. My sources have told me they're big and rough. So watch your shins.
sorry,
Yes.
our Pochettino, our coach, watched the movie Miracle before he selected our team, and I think we told you he's not American,
Right.
but that motivated him and helped him pick the team and learned some history about the United States, and now he's all in.
I will say things don't. I do think they need to find a way to bring Freebird back into the fold. It's just not the same without it.
I mean, is there a reason he hasn't ever seen Miracle before this?
Why has Mauricio Pochettino, an Argentine football manager who's coached his whole career in various European countries, never seen the movie Miracle?
Yeah, I think they asked that.
Yeah,
I can
okay.
barely
I'm not
speak
sure.
English.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not sure that movie really made it far outside the US.
Can't imagine why they don't appreciate Herb Brooks or Kurt Russell. Maybe they don't appreciate Kurt
Yeah,
Russell.
they're not a huge Kurt Russell fan, yeah.
It wasn't Herb Brooks. They didn't like his portrayal of him. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we can. I mean, we can talk Knicks and Danhausen. We can talk Wild not making a trade. Timberwolves never making a trade. We can
It
talk
is.
Twins. We can talk anything. I just thought you guys would be all over this World Cup thing, and I think the fact
Well,
that
it's
you're
kind of hard to
not.
do a show with 3 guys if one of them's not all over the
No,
World
no.
Cup. So
I think the fact that you're not that excited about it answered my question. I think it's been a bummer so far.
when did we say we weren't that excited about it?
Oh,
Do
I
you
don't
want? I
know.
can go all in on it, but I have a feeling you'll get bored. It is
I'm here.
funny though.
I'm here for. First of all, I'm here. Okay, you guys are idiots. I'm here for the Orchard members.
Well,
And if this is topical and what everybody in the Orchard is thinking about, then we should talk about it.
we just spent 10 minutes on chapstick. I mean, you're really not here for the
Well, we've
Orchard
moved.
members. But
I think there's a lot of people that could benefit from this chapstick.
well, if you want to keep talking about it, I'll bring it up another story. I will say it's funny about our coach. Well, one, it's kind of similar to Billy G, the hockey team. People are criticizing whatever who he brings, then they go out and have an unreal formation and tactics, and they win 4-1, and now everybody's saying he's the great pick. It is hilarious though that we have a kid on the team. I know Dad loves the coach, the Berhalter, our former coach, that drama
Oh
with the
yeah, when he
team,
didn't play
and
the
we have
guy
his son
because of
on
the
the team,
connection.
and
Yeah.
his son was doing an interview and said he's the greatest coach he's ever had. He's always believed in me. He's like, I can take the next steps with him. It was kind of just praising him. It was pretty funny because of all the drama that with his dad and coaching the team. He never said anything about this about his dad. And
No.
Gio Reyna, the guy who scored at the end, like Berhalter, the Mr. Coach Berhalter, our last coach, basically ruined his career, and Pochettino's now basically saving it. So it was pretty funny, and everyone when all the drama was coming out, and now we got a real coach who can actually develop young kids.
So if we win the next game, are we automatically getting out of our pool, or how does this work? If we're both
there is a possibility that if we can lock up a spot in the elimination or in the knockout stage by the end of the second game. I can't remember the result that has to happen.
Is this an upset?
Yeah, we're the favorite. No, we're the favorite to win our pool.
Okay.
Our group.
But teams can also advance if they're third in their pool. So the top 8 third place teams advance too.
I think if we win and Paraguay wins, maybe we're automatic. We're through for sure. I can't. I think that's the situation, but yeah, we can already lock our spot.
Do we?
But
So
it's advantageous to get first though, because then you play a significantly worse team.
and then where would we move to? Like
Depends if we're first or second.
we're in LA now.
No, we're in Seattle next. We moved.
We ought to, oh, now we're in Seattle. Oh, we've already moved.
Our training ground stays in Irvine. I think we're in Irvine. Our training ground stays, but teams move stadiums.
How does U.S. soccer have this much money? Where do they get their money?
I told you this the other day. Everybody got the same amount of money for their stay.
No, but I mean, it can't. They still have to dig into their own money, I would assume.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I don't know.
I guess Trump might be a huge soccer fan, apparently. But
Depending on if we're first or second, we'd either play in Santa Clara or Arlington.
will he be attending a soccer match or like the Knicks or?
I do find
How
it
is
funny
possible that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do find it funny that in the past week he's attended a basketball game, he's hosted a UFC fight, and while the World Cup's going on, he's never been.
How is it possible that a president's never been to an NBA Finals before?
Well,
we used to have a president that loved basketball to death. It was his favorite sport.
I mean, because their home team, like I know he technically isn't he really is from New York. I don't think the Bulls were in it when Obama was.
Yeah, but you don't think he wanted to go to it? Why would you not take advantage of being the president and not go to a game? Maybe that's just me. If I was president, I'd go to
probably because
NBA
of
Finals
the
and
chaos
Stanley
it
Cup.
caused. Didn't it take people like 2 extra hours to get in?
Took forever, apparently.
Yeah, so maybe because of the chaos. I don't know. Carl Anthony Towns, by the way, said that the real celebrities sit in the 200 section. What a shot at all the beautiful people.
Hey, he's for the people. He always has been.
He's for the people.
Yeah, I like him. Not as a player.
He also shouted out all of his former Timberwolves teammates. The picture going viral of all the Jimmy Butler's Timberwolves teammates and him saying, "Who do you think doesn't have a ring in this picture?" is awesome. Jimmy Butler, for all the people who don't remember, they're in Timberwolves practice with Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, Jeff Teague, and crew. And I hate Jeff Teague, so it pains me to say this, but went out of practice and ripped in everybody, said they weren't leaders and they'll never win anything without him. They've all left Minnesota and they've all won but him.
That's awkward. Jimmy Butler will never win anything.
No, I think he's come and gone.
So I mean, they burned the town down, like we said.
Town's in great shape. I can confirm.
Well, they're just used to that chaos. But I mean, the parade's going to be out of control.
The parade, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be electric.
Oh my God,
it's gonna be electric. Before I think we go long form on the NBA Finals in a bit. Can I ask a totally unrelated? Can I bring up a totally unrelated thing first?
Yes, we did well in the state tournament. Thank you for bringing it up.
You're welcome. Have you seen the NHL news?
I didn't know there was NHL news.
The Golden Knights have fired John Tortorella.
Well,
help me understand this.
His contract was always up at the end of the year. They just didn't get him a new
year. He's only been there for 3 weeks.
But that was his contract, so it does beg the question: if he won,
what did he have
are they
to
going to give him a new one?
I don't like him anyways. I don't feel bad for him, but Jesus, I mean, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to keep a job? You took a team that wasn't even in the playoffs to the Stanley Cup Finals.
I was blown away when I saw that.
Amazing.
I wonder if he knew when he took the job. Something just does not add up
Well,
there.
that's what I'm saying is when he signed his contract was to the end of the season. It wasn't for a year, you know. So he knew his time was up at the end of the year. Now, if they won, you know how they would have had to give him a new contract because
Well,
I
that's
think
kind of my question. What did he have to do to have them bring him back?
That's what I said.
well, let's put it this way to bring it back to soccer. Tottenham last year, I guess technically 2 seasons ago, won the Europa League. First time they've had a major trophy in like 25, 30 years, and they fired their coach and then finished 1 point away from relegation. So like this stuff happens and it makes no sense.
I don't. I, the guy literally took them from nothing and brought them to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they fired him. It is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
I
I
can't be.
almost like didn't. Yeah, it didn't really register with me when I read it. Yeah, I was like, was he in a like? I forgot for a minute that he was the head coach because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was for a month.
I think it was literally 3 months. Like I think I went and looked it up, and it was like literally he had a job. He was there for 3 months and brought them all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, and now is just looking for a job again.
What question? Do they bring Cassidy back? 'Cause he's still under contract and they wouldn't let him talk to anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would hope Cassidy has a little testicular fortitude and says no.
Says no thanks. Yeah, you'd
But
hope so.
I mean, the guy's been fired now by like half the league. Very bizarre.
So has Cassidy, to be fair. So
Yeah,
have
no,
most
I
NHL
know.
coaches, to be fair.
Yeah, you talk about a group that just gets recycled. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I can't understand. I don't get it. I really don't. But there's a lot of weird stuff with Vegas hockey that just they continually can just sign guy after guy after guy, and the cap's never an issue for them. It's just bizarre what they do. But yeah, that was weird. And now we've got every day the wide speculation. What are the Wild going to do? I say nothing.
I honestly have no idea.
I think
I
they're
don't mean
going.
that I don't mean that in a bad way. Like I think for better or for worse, Garen is just gonna do whatever he feels like.
Well, I think it all comes down to Larkin too. Like if Larkin holds firm and said these are the only 3 teams I'm going to, then we have a chance. But if because the team apparently has gone back to him and said expand your list to 3. So if he expands his list, they're going to get a way better offer than what the Wild and Panthers and Knights can give him.
Yeah. I do
You
sort
know,
of wonder, like, I mean, Larkin is, it's not going to take a little bit to get him. So and I think before the thought would have been, well, we'll trade one of the goalies. But now that Gustafson's magically hurt, I don't know that you can trade one of them. Maybe you can. I don't know.
I don't see why everyone think that's such a huge deal. He's getting surgery and he'll be back by the
I thought
season.
the same thing, but clearly
who's needs
people know better
surgery?
than we do. Gustafson.
Gus.
Oh, he sucks. Get rid of him.
Well, I think that was originally the plan. I think you can't trade a guy, like there's rules around trading a guy if he's hurt. I think
Oh,
that's part of it too. But if it's not in the middle of the season, does it really matter? I don't know. None of it makes sense.
well, they better do something because they're just going to disappoint a lot of people. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know that Larkin. Larkin's good, but I would have maybe strived a little higher. But you're right. They probably don't want to get rid
I
of.
don't think there's anyone higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if there's anyone available much better than Dylan
I'd get
Larkin.
creative. Well, I think there's people available.
Trocheck's
I
not better.
Do you get a guy like Larkin, or do you get a couple guys like Anders Lee and another free agent? And I don't know. I
I
guess
don't know if we have money for a couple guys. Larkin's contract is only like $8 million for 8 years. That's such a great contract.
yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I guess stay tuned as always.
You sound very excited about it.
I
Yeah,
don't
City
trust. I
City's
think
still
Garen will be
standing.
a wrap.
City's still standing. And I will I want to give credit to the Knicks. I do give credit to the Knicks for sure, and we'll talk more about the scenes here. I think I'm getting yelled at. We'll talk about the scenes here for sure. I said that. Sorry, my roommate's yelling at me.
Yeah, why are you getting yelled at?
I probably for what I'm about to say. The Knicks deserve plenty of credit. I don't know that I've ever seen a team across. Well, let me put it this way: I've seen the Timberwolves do it plenty of times. I don't know that I've ever seen a team of that quality at that point in the season just completely collapse without a clue of how to fix it over and over and over again. And there's like 9 different guys to blame. I mean, at some point it's the coach as much as anybody, and it was by game like 3 or 4, it was just shocking to watch it happen over and over again.
It is 90% coaching and 10% Wemby. But I'll say it's almost all coaching because the only games the Spurs won was when they brought in Popovich to coach the team.
It's so funny you say that. I said that exact same thing to my friends. I go, every time they lost, you see a video the next day of Pop talking to Wemby. Like, what's the coach even doing?
But I'm saying that's the one game they won in the finals was after Pop went in and coach. The Timberwolves, they were up, was it 2-1 or 3-1? Were we up 2-0 or 2-1, whatever it was? When we were up, they brought in Pop, and then this series was turned around like every single time. And then they did it against the Thunder as well, like 3 straight times.
I'm not gonna say they had a rabbit's foot and they got lucky because it's still a grind and everything, but they didn't really have to go through anyone that tough to get there. And I do think the West beats up each other all the time, so it was sort of a perfect storm for them.
No, I mean they had a
I don't want to
relatively
completely
easy path for sure, but at some point, like, I think if you're going to win a championship in today's day and age, like, something has to break your way. So I think you kind of just
I think the
chalk that up as
Timberwolves,
part of the journey.
much as I think they suck, would have beat them.
I don't know.
If we were healthy,
I don't know.
maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I mean
true.
that's the question is do the Spurs ever make it to the finals even if the Timberwolves are healthy? And I get they beat Oklahoma City, but I think we have a pretty good chance of beating the Spurs. And then I think Oklahoma City probably mops the floor with us. Like playoff styles make playoffs, as they say, and whatever. And I don't know. I felt like we, when healthy, played the Spurs well over the course of the season, but we can't beat OKC to save our lives. OKC, the Spurs are built to attack them in every good way. Like, it all was kind of encapsulated in a moment in Game 5. There was, let's call it 6, maybe even less, 5 minutes left in the game. The Knicks had just made it a 4-point game, and Johnson takes Wemby out of the game and puts Cornet in. And it was just this moment that was such a perfect encapsulation of, like, the coach had no idea what he was doing. He had a superstar that either wasn't ready, didn't have it, like couldn't take over in that moment for whatever reason. Their depth was constantly challenged and not good enough. And that, like, it was this perfect storm moment where in a blink, less than a minute, it was a tie game and Wemby went back in, and but by then the damage had been done. But I was just like,
And the Knicks are awesome.
I don't understand. There's 15 minutes left in the show. We'll get to that. I just don't understand how you do that with 4 minutes left. Can you imagine?
I don't understand the amount.
Can you imagine
of
if he took Brunson out with 5 minutes left? If Finch took Ant out with 5 minutes left? Not to mention just the Fox stupidity from Game 4. Like, you can pull up this.
No, and the Wemby stupidity in Game 1 or 2 was it? We turned it
Threw
over.
It at his back, yeah.
And he missed 3 throws. Like, also Wemby, I think, has now become more hated than SGA this playoff series.
Well, he's
it's not been good for his
He should have been
sure.
suspended. They missed multiple flagrant fouls on him. Flagrant 2s. And the flopping has gone absurd. The missed goaltends, it's the difference in whistle. I think Cat gets the worst whistle in the lead, and Wemby might be the best if you include the goaltends, because SGA obviously gets all the flops and everything. But then you add Wemby, who's now the defensive player of the year supposedly, but they missed so many goaltends. His blocks aren't super inflated, and it
I've
was
got
just put on the national stage.
I've got a question for the fourth person on this show. So the Knicks finally did it. Are they gonna even make the playoffs next year?
Well, yeah, because they play in the Eastern Conference.
Well, the Eastern Conference is getting the Timberwolves. No, it wouldn't be for next year. Oh my God! Breaking news. Not completely on topic, but the Pitt season 3 is being filmed as we speak. Okay, go ahead. Love that
Well,
show.
it is. I mean, it does bring up a question that the Knicks have some tough decisions to make, and then we saw rumors that they might not even bring Cap back because they had to win now because Brunson took less money, so they were allowed to pay all these other guys, but it took them a couple of years, to win with them.
Yeah.
Maybe the
And
Timberwolves
so
can
now
get Cat.
we probably could.
Give him Randall and that the guard.
I do think like Sam's right. I think it had to be this year, but I also think it was proof of like what made the Knicks not just so good, but like what made them such a complete team was that because Brunson took the pay cut and everything, they were able to pay all these other guys. So at any given moment, one of them had to be playing well enough to win you the game. Whereas every other team, except for maybe Oklahoma City, who just stockpiled draft picks and hit enough of them to build their depth, like if your guy or your second guy doesn't have it, that's it. Throughout this series and throughout the playoffs too, Brunson won them games, OG won them games, Cat won them games, Bridges, was solid constantly. Like they did so well because of all that, and that was the point, and that was the purpose. And now to Sam's point, like it's gonna maybe all blow up, but like who cares? It worked. Like, and I feel the same way Josh Hart did. They were joking about the F them picks thing and whatever, but I'm like, I don't care if we never have a draft pick ever again if we win. Like it's only bad if it doesn't work. And when it works, that's why everyone's like, I'm like, you got to let this play out. If in the end you get to the end of this run and it doesn't work, then yeah, then that was probably bad. But like, who cares if you don't have a draft pick in 3 years if you won the championship this year? I simply don't care.
Are the Knicks even in the top 6 of teams in the NBA? All joking aside.
Um,
It,
they're probably
they
right
just won the
around
NBA
6, to be
Finals.
honest. Yeah. I mean, I think
I
if you were to
understand
just stack it from a
technically.
talent perspective, like,
I understand technically they're the best team, but I feel like there's 6 teams better than them.
who would you say?
I would say Denver. I understand they finished, but I would say Denver. I would say San Antonio, even though they lost to them. I would say what's the Oklahoma City? That's 3. I wasn't really planning you calling me out. I don't even know the names of some of the teams. No, I'm just kidding.
Six is probably
I
like the
mean,
right
I don't
number.
think I think Boston played bad, but I think Boston's better.
Yeah, no, I think 6. I would have put them at like 5th or 6th in the league.
Yeah.
Probably about 6. Spurs, Thunder,
Which doesn't matter. They
Celtics.
won.
Spurs, Thunder, Celtics. I think they played terrible for 1,000 reasons, including their coaches and idiot. But I think the
Yeah.
Pistons are a better team. I think
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
Lakers are
say
a better
them.
team. I mean, I think a team with Luca and LeBron, like it's hard to say they're not quote unquote better. They got other issues, and I think JJ Redick's a crappy coach. Those two guys can never stay healthy. But if you're just looking at the roster, like the high end of those teams are better, but like the
I mean, the
Lakers can never
Timberwolves
stay
have a better
healthy.
roster. They're just so
Well, the
poorly
It's
built.
Lakers are
close. Yeah,
done
it's
now, but
close.
Reeves is going to get a max contract
Yeah.
with the Nets or whoever, and then LeBron's going to Golden State or
No, he's
Cleveland or
not.
whoever.
Breaking news: KTLA reports that he's negotiating a new contract to stay home. That's just hot off the presses. My sources have told me.
It'll be a retirement tour. He'll play 5 minutes a game. It's not going to matter.
Fair enough. It's not going to matter. I agree with that. Because
But
I
yeah, I don't
guarantee he's
know.
not taking a hometown discount to play. I'm sure he's going to
Well, it's
get
not
paid.
Is LA technically hometown these days?
Well, that's the team he's coming from.
Yeah.
I think it is technically.
Yeah, I mean it's where his son lives. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I just like I said, I think the Knicks work because Brunson took the pay cut and they got a bit of an easy ride. They ran into some injuries along the way, but that's part of it. And the Spurs made plenty of mistakes themselves. But at the same time, like, not necessarily just in the finals, like in that stretch, like they almost each became like the perfect version of themselves for a stretch of games. And yeah, Brunson struggled a little early in this series, but Cap played well. OG had play out. By the way, I Sam and I were all over that. But OG had some incredible, like, you had a team of flawed characters, as all players are, like, find the perfect version of themselves for a 3 week stretch, and that 3 week stretch happened to be the playoffs. I mean, they are statistically, that was the greatest playoff performance of all time by a team. Like, no, like that's fact. How it happened, I don't know. Sometimes you just
I don't
find
know
it.
how they blow a 29-point lead, and that's just insane.
Well,
Hey,
and again, sometimes luck, you need a bit of luck on your side.
since we do this quite often with different big events, I got a question for the three of you. Opening ceremonies for the World Cup, I believe we had Shakira. I think, is that true?
I think she was probably, if it's the World Cup, Shakira's probably out there. Yeah.
Okay, so the opening ceremonies for the Special Olympics, which is in my hometown, or not my hometown, my state here, is Demi Lovato and some guy named John Batiste. I feel that might be bigger than the World Cup. Thoughts?
Shakira, I think Shakira
Well, I
worldwide
know
is
she's
bigger.
dated half the players in the tournament, but that's not really
No,
relevant.
but she's a global superstar. And no offense to Demi Lovato, Demi Lovato is
Really?
not.
You think, and who,
No,
and this John
Shakira,
Batiste
by
guy
the
is
way,
huge.
was married to one
Oh,
guy for a very long time, and they're not. I wouldn't say she's dated half the
oh, then
players in the
that's
tournament. That's
I'm
unfair
sorry.
to her.
I didn't mean to start a rumor. I mean, I did actually mean to start that rumor, but I shouldn't have.
I think unequivocally Shakira is more famous than the two of those two
Really?
combined, without a
Okay,
doubt.
then I
Yeah.
stand
I
corrected.
don't even think it's particular. I don't think it's particularly
I mean,
close.
I've never heard of John Batiste, but
So that sort of says, I mean,
that helps that case. But I haven't heard a lot of people. So, but okay, that's fair. I was stunned. I thought Demi Lovato was right up there, but okay, that's fair enough.
no, no. Yeah, I would almost compare that to, like, oh boy. Um, I'm not gonna think of a good example. Demi Lovato's had her moment, but yeah, it's not Shakira.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask because it
What'd
felt
you
big.
what'd you say? He wants to know if Demi Lovato is more famous than Shakira. Did you hear that?
No,
Not even close.
even when you add John Batiste to the mix.
Shakira also spans ages. I said it also spans borders. She's more worldwide.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, that's how we got on the topic. Yeah, I don't think you're winning this one, Dad. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, okay, I wasn't really winning. It was more of a question because I didn't really know the answer. I just kind of thought John Batiste, again, not familiar, and Demi
Jean, ba-
Lovato.
yeah, Jean Baptiste used to be Stephen Colbert's music guy.
What?
Yeah, he was like his band leader.
Oh, that doesn't like who the why? Yuck. Okay, I get it. So it really is one versus one, as they say in soccer, 1v1. It's
Yeah,
Shakira
I I
versus.
I, I would imagine Shakira is somewhere, like, yeah, Shakira's pretty big. I don't really know how else to frame it other than that.
I mean,
How
Jade.
why are we talking about this?
I just it was just brought to my attention not too long ago that Demi Lovato was in town Saturday for the big opening ceremonies of the Special Olympics, and I just
Hmm.
thought that was huge.
It's not huge. It's just not Shakira huge. Is that fair? Is that better if
Yeah,
I
no, that was my question. That's why I asked the three of you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I really do think the Knicks deserve a ton of credit, but I there were some things that the Spurs did that just, I mean, blew everybody's mind about how how insanely bad it was. What?
You live in New York.
You
don't
weren't
have to
listening.
count Toronto win.
I literally complimented the Knicks for like 10 straight minutes.
But also said, but the Spurs missed.
Well, I have to give both sides of the coin. Both
I
can
don't
be
hear
true.
you guys.
You don't blow a 29-point lead just because the other team's so good.
I mean, I feel like that's not fair to Brooklyn if you guys are going to go by you live in New York. Brooklyn's New
The
York.
Nets are afterthought does not even begin to describe the Nets, to be honest.
Okay, well, maybe they need some support too.
I would go so far as to say as a third party that the Knicks are the most consistently is maybe the word I'll use, but like fully supported New York team.
Well, because of the so-called celebrities. Yeah.
No, not even that. I mean, yeah, that doesn't hurt, but you factor it all in. There's not really competition. The Nets, no offense, fake. They play right smack in Manhattan. They have the cultural cachet. Like it's like you're not splitting New Yorkers across teams. Like I'm sure the city would be, spicy if the Giants were in the Super Bowl or whatever too, but like I just feel like the energy that the Knicks brought to the city as a whole was unlike anything I'd seen by any other run by a sports team. Even before they got to the finals, to be fair.
I'm going to say something that's going to stun you as far as Knicks fans go. I actually give kudos to, and I cannot stand the guy, but Spike Lee has been a fan forever. He deserves this stuff. I can't stand Spike Lee, but he deserves this. He's been a true Knicks fan forever. These Johnny Come Lately, Timothy whatever, Chalamet.
He's from New York too. He's always been a
fan.
He can
be, but I never saw his face till they got good this year. Give me a break.
He's always been there.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's been there as long as he can. I mean, he's like 24 years old. Like,
yeah,
no, he's probably 30. He's probably.
I give it to Spike Lee. Tracy Morgan has
yeah,
been there
those
forever.
Guys, but that'd be like, well, you hate the Timberwolves, so it doesn't really count. But it'd be like if the Timberwolves won tomorrow, people would probably be happier for you than Sam and I.
Actually,
you've been at it for a few more. Yeah, it's maybe a bad example.
Well, he's also admitted to never watching them, so.
Yeah, it's a bad example, but you get my point.
I was at the very first Timberwolf game ever.
Yeah, it's kind of my point.
One of your last ones.
And I think it was the last game I went to at the Metrodome. Front row, they played the Chicago Bulls.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you're not giving Chalamet enough credit, but I also don't disagree with you. Spike, he just said he's happier for Spike Lee than Chalamet, because Chalamet's not a real fan because he just showed up because they got good. I said, well, it's not his fault he's 30 years younger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. And now Taylor, who
I think he's gotten famous in the last.
That's what I said. I said he's always been from New York. He got famous at the same time they got good.
He's never been in the front row before. And now Taylor.
Well, he didn't have Dune money until about a year ago. Like, you actually asked me the other day, where does he get all this money? The answer is he didn't have that money that long ago. You answered your own question.
I'm tired. I'm sick of
Spike Lee deserves all the credit. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. You know that he's one of very few celebrities that actually still pays for his season tickets because him and Dolan hate each other so much.
That's good. Good. See, even more
reason. Kudos
to Spike Lee.
He's the one. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if Olivia Benson's fake or not, or if she really does like the Knicks.
Mariska?
Yeah. Well, I know her as Olivia Benson.
She used to live around where we are. I gotta keep an eye out for her, see if she's still out and about.
Well, last time by your old house, I saw Ice-T, so I guess it all comes around.
Yeah, he's a true New Yorker.
Standing right on the corner there. Taylor Swift, who I was a big fan on her bandwagon, started to lose me a little bit with all of a sudden she's a Knicks fan. But I guess
that one's I think a bit of a
also she was sidelines at the Cavaliers game a week or two prior.
Well, that was for her hubby.
You can't play both. You got to pick.
But in her defense, she was probably just there checking out her wedding venue.
That's the rumor, yeah. That's the rumor.
How many? No, I'm watching the College World Series also, and the Georgia right fielder picked up the ball 3 different times to throw it and dropped it every single time.
I don't want the College World Series is the worst baseball I've ever seen. They have no pitch. It's just bad baseball. Sorry.
I highly disagree, but I think it's been awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Troy,
No
yeah,
pitching. I
man,
mean, Texas has a reliever who's like 1.5 ERA, he's thrown like 70 innings. The guy can't be touched.
they're
They just brought
losing.
him in base. They just brought him in bases loaded in the sixth inning. He usually will close, but and struck the guy out, took it out of the jam. Like, I mean, what do you? There's
Yeah,
talent
I don't.
all over.
The scores have been crazy. They're not even close games. So I don't know where you're coming up, but that they're not even close games.
How can you even say that? Just because
How
West
can you
Virginia owns Troy and beat them
12
by
nothing?
4. Yeah, it's West Virginia against Troy is horrible.
Well, that's the College World Series. That's what I'm referring to. That's part of the College World Series, that game.
That's one matchup.
But there's a bunch of the other games were out of control.
In Omaha, like Oklahoma just beat Georgia 4-3. North Carolina beat West Virginia 5-2. West Virginia beat Troy the first time 7-5. UNC beat Ole Miss 6-2. Those are all pretty close. Troy beat Ole Miss 12-8.
No.
And then Oklahoma beat Bama 9-0, and Georgia beat Texas 7-1. Those aren't as close, but
Did you mention
like
Texas 14-2 over Alabama?
but majority of them
Probably
were
not, because that wouldn't have helped.
a majority
Georgia
of them were
7-1
close.
over Texas.
I already mentioned that.
Okay,
3 of
good.
them weren't close.
I 13. Yeah, I don't know. It's my opinion. I just think it's been mediocre.
I also think a team like Troy is going to run out of pitching because they're not as deep
Well, I
as these other
get that.
teams. So
How
when
do
there's
they-
double elimination, that's going to happen.
How do they even get that?
Not to disrupt this conversation. I have one final question for you guys, then we do need to go to the post show where we can continue the College World Series chatter. When they put his jersey in the rafters, what number do you think they're going to give Danhausen at the Garden?
No number.
I think he's just going to say Danhausen
Just his face.
and a dollar sign
Yeah. I mean,
for all the
honestly,
human monies.
if you've been listening to the show for the last several weeks, we were all over Danhausen before this even Hausen started.
The Knickshausen, the Champhausens.
Yeah. He's retiring. A Nick.
Well, he's trying to.
He's going to
Trying
sign the
to.
1-day contract. He's got to be in the
There's
front
not.
of the parade. He has to be.
I gotta imagine he's at the parade some way, shape, or form. I will say, and then we were running an errand last night. Sam's aware of the errand. The place we had to run the errand was next door to the NBA store. We went in, thought about buying some stuff, wasn't sure what we were gonna really do with it. So we didn't buy anything. Knicks championship merch, that is. I was almost gonna buy it just in case it was worth something someday, but whatever.
I
They were
totally get it. Oh,
selling they were selling the "You Are Uncursed" T-shirt at the NBA store. That is how ingrained in this whole thing Danhausen has become. The Fifth Avenue, New York City NBA store was selling the Danhausen T-shirt. Not the one I want, but a different one.
Well, two things. One, I don't want to take anything away from Danhausen, but the WWE did play a role in all this. But two, did you check out the Cat's Deli Knicks shirt?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
And,
I'm not
really close
to
and
there
they're running
anymore.
a special too. I can't remember what the
He
special
also
was.
uncursed the Hurricanes too.
He did, yeah. At some point, I mean, to be honest, he cursed them for 2 games. They lost them both in horrific fashion. He uncursed them, and they lost one more game. We're not going to talk about the game that they did lose and who was at that one, but they lost one more game the whole rest of the way. At some point, you got to admit, there's something there.
Yeah, I mean, to say they caught lightning, Danhausen caught lightning in a bottle Hausen is putting it mildly Hausen, because
My new favorite bit is all of the wrestlers coming up to him now and trying to get him to curse and uncurse their like teams in the World Cup and whatever. It's a great bit.
Yeah,
That was an incredibly lengthy pause. The fans at home will never know because I'll take care of it.
I thought you were gonna say something. That's on me.
That felt, that felt like, they say like a pregnant pause. That was like a octomom pregnant with 8 kids pause. That went on for forever.
I'm not sure I've ever been compared to the Octomom before.
You have now. That's good radio.
I'm not sure I feel great about it, but
Say the millennial pause.
What do you
I
mean?
will give Dad
You've never heard of a
subject rose.
pregnant pause? I'm being sorry. I'm being told that I am. Pregnant pause is an inappropriate term, so
We
I'm
can't say
sorry.
that anymore?
I guess so. It's not an insult to pregnant people. It's not something pregnant people do.
Wait,
Your
Sam
pause
was
is.
gonna can you be quiet? Sam
I
was about to compliment me. Go ahead, Sam.
I'll just say I'll agree with you on one part that for some reason outfielders these days, I'm saying it's because the Texas center fielders made one of the greatest diving catches I've ever seen, but he only did it because he took a horrible route. Outfielders these days do not know how to run a route to a ball, and that is really apparent in college baseball.
Yeah.
The Texas guy made an unreal diving catch, but he went around the ball, so he dove and caught it like at its side, where he could have just ran straight to it and caught it on the run.
Uh, it,
But like if you watch these games too, a lot of them will run like straight diagonally to the ball, won't get around it.
they're clueless. I've had some trouble with high school outfielders taking bad routes too. It seems to be a thing. Because no one really plays outfield anymore. They don't take pride in it like our family did. But I'm changing that because I'm an outfield coach.
Can I go back to wrestling for just one
Yeah.
more short moment?
Yeah.
I'm able to suspend my belief in a lot of ways when it comes to wrestling. I've learned
I see what you
that
mean,
skill,
but
I
go
think,
ahead.
over the years. I don't think I get the whole speed thing. Not speed, the like Twitch streamer, like the speed championship thing. Like all of a sudden these people can end matches in 3 minutes. Why do any of their matches ever go longer than 3 minutes? It's never made. It doesn't make any
The
sense to
speed.
me.
Yeah, that's the speed title.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, if
Well,
you're capable of winning a match in 3 minutes, why isn't every match ending in 3 minutes? Because it's not like they're not making a decision like, I'd be almost more interested if they like sauntered judges out there and it was almost like a UFC fight or something. And they judged it, but like there's some random one on today, and it's not like they're heavyweight. It's not like it's Obafemi and brought like I think is I don't know what WWE is really going for there. To be honest with you, it
I
makes no
jinxed
sense.
it, by the way. The center fielder ended up dropping the ball. That's no catch. But I know it's just the speed's just the worst version of the 24/7 title. The 24/7 title was
They
funny
got to
because
bring
it'd be a
that
quick
back.
match, and they could do it wherever. So like, you have a little bit of surprise aspect to it. Like, oh, maybe I understand that they weren't ready. So, but yeah, the speed one
They got to bring the
makes no
24/7
sense.
back.
They
Yeah, the
never really
speed.
explained it either. They explained what it was, but they never explained like why all of a sudden these people don't like can hit their finisher in 3 minutes and the other person doesn't get up. But in a
No,
15-minute match, they can hit it sometimes and they don't get up, or they
I've
do get
got
up.
a slight bone to pick with the WWE. As people know, if you follow this show or listen to this show, our family will be attending SummerSlam 2 nights. And I've been getting I get bombarded with emails about the Watch show, the Friday Night SmackDown Watch show, except for
Watch
where it
party.
is, the Watch Party. Except I still to this day couldn't go there if I wanted to.
They probably don't want to leak it.
I guess, but I don't even know where the WWE World or whatever they call it is yet. I mean, not a lot of information here. So,
Do you really need it 2 months in advance?
well, I'd like to plan ahead, but I guess I technically don't.
You already have your
It's that
parking pass, so
I got our park 2 days. I got 2 parking passes, one for each day, and it will be officially August 1st is officially the day I go back into retirement for the year. So, I mean, it is a big weekend.
How many Diet Cokes you celebrating with?
Well, I mean, I'm down to, I don't, nothing against Diet Coke. I'll still drink them, but I don't drink that much anymore.
I know, but it's a special occasion. I don't know if you
That's
want to
true.
recreate.
I'll probably go, I'll do 2. I'll probably put them together like Stone Cold, bang them together and drink them that way. If that makes sense to anyone.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, we have to start getting our wardrobe. Are we matching? Are we not matching? Are we going rogue? Do we wear the same thing both nights? There's a lot of stuff we have to start planning.
well, I need to get a second outfit. I don't have any of my old shirts anymore, so I do need to get a second piece.
I mean, the Cena
Assuming
ones,
I
I
wore
don't
the
think.
Cena shirt one night, yeah.
But
I
do we wear
do.
the Cena? I feel like we need to start fresh, but I don't know.
I might need to get
Yeah.
my hands on a throwback Lesnar Suplex City,
yeah,
Minneapolis or St. Paul, Minnesota shirt.
I feel like that's one, and I do sort of feel like we have to represent, although a 62-year-old guy wearing it might be creepy. Every time we might have to represent her
Yeah, I'm
Or
not sure
Chad
you
Gable.
can. I think Sam
or
can
Chad
probably
Gable.
take Tiffy time. I'm not sure. I'm not
My
sure
friend
you
from
can pull that off.
my friend from the airport, Chad Gable.
Maybe
Who
I'll
I
get
was wrong.
The Champhausen shirt.
Well, that's the thing. First of all, there's one guy they never need to not shouldn't say they need to make. There's one guy that never has to win the championship. He'll be fine. But if he did, it'd
Danhausen?
be absolutely insane. Hausen.
Dan. Oh no, that they made a Knicks shirt that says the Champhausens.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I was just saying in general, but yeah.
I might have to whip out an El Grande Americano shirt.
If he does face Dom, do we wear masks too?
Oh,
Do you know that they're selling the El Grande
probably.
Americano mask? Um,
Oh, the actual one.
yeah, they're auctioning it off. The current bid's at $40,000. It's you could literally bid on it on the
I feel
website.
like there's a lot of blood on that. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I can see the cut in the eye. $40,000 is the current bid.
Like that's
That deserves more.
it does, but it's like I
He
mean,
doesn't have as good of merch as I would have expected.
it's not like value wise, it's not exactly. That's a weird one. He doesn't
It's
have good
also weird
merch.
because you own, like, if you wanted to sell it, you don't know you can't really claim what condition it's in because it's already
Right.
ripped and torn.
Right. And how would you even know the value of something like that? No, we got a lot of planning. Maybe the callers, or not callers, maybe the Orchard could give us suggestions on wardrobe for days 1 and 2. Do we match? Do we not match? Do we all go, our separate ways and each wear something different? I do think the Lesnar thing is definitely whatever night he is. That's definitely a good idea.
I'd love to wear an Obafemi shirt. I just don't think I can pull off the ones that they currently have for sale.
I might say something completely controversial with all the wrestling fans we have in the Orchard, but I'm kind of, I don't, how do I say this properly? I'm not that big of a fan. Like, he doesn't do much for me. I almost feel like it's maybe too much too early, or like, can you imagine him as a champ? Like, what does that do?
Well, he'll be king of the ring. It'll be
Right.
King of Oba. And then you'll
Unless,
see it.
No, Lesnar's gonna interrupt and
yeah,
then they'll
Lesnar's
face.
got to stop that from happening. Because I just don't think, I think it's too soon for him to be a champ, but I don't know. There's something
I mean,
with him that I just don't totally get.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Chad Gable needs to probably win a championship soon.
I absolutely Braemard Kozar from Texas. He just gave up a run.
Yeah, no, of course. I told you it's. By the way, you can only well, 6 guys just collided.
They're gonna review it though. They're gonna overturn it.
He's out. He was out at home. He was definitely out at home. I don't know.
Troy White's the most electric player in baseball. He's awesome.
That collision was weird. Um. Anyways, anything else we need to touch on?
He actually might be safe because the catcher tagged him in the middle of the chest, which, as we know, the arms are before the chest.
So okay, I don't want to talk Twins, but
He's safe.
Yep. I don't want to talk Twins, but the Twins, I flipped the Twins on for a second just to see who they were playing today. You can go, he's safe. He missed him. He never tagged him.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you take him in the middle of the chest? That's the last part to reach home. The head is even before the chest.
So I flipped the Twins game on. It's the first pitch of the game, okay? To Larnack or whatever his name is. The ball almost hits the dirt. The catcher for Texas challenges it. The first pitch of the game. It's not. I mean, I'm not kidding. You'll go back and watch it's not even close. Of course they go. I mean, right away he challenges it. It's not even close. It's a ball. Next pitch he hits it like 500 feet for a home run. It was maybe the craziest start to a game I think I've ever seen.
Oh,
The
I have huge
dumbest
news.
challenge.
I have
What?
absolutely massive news, breaking news.
All right.
I don't know if it's not their first AAA hit probably, but their first AAA hit with the St. Paul Saints for a 2-run RBI single in the bottom of the 6th and an absolute blowout for the St. Paul Saints. Close friend of the program,
Cody Morissette.
Cody Morissette.
Wow.
2-run single.
Okay.
I feel like
Right.
the Saints should be undefeated, but they have a horrible record.
Well, the other thing about that league is there's like no who cares if they're undefeated? There's like no. I mean, they're never really. There's no real
Oh,
championship.
they're 39 and 29, so it's not too bad. But I feel like they started the year off horribly, and they
I,
have a ton of good prospects.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there's a handful of guys on there. I'm like, why aren't they on the Twins at the same time? I'm like, do you think some of these guys are just like totally content cashing, 6 figures playing for the St. Paul Saints?
Well, especially the ones that got like a few $1 million bonuses and stuff, so they don't. The money's okay, and they can just
Right.
go play and have fun and get fed and live by the field and don't have to sit. I mean, because these guys that get called up, there's a chance within 3 days they're getting cut.
They're gone. Yeah. Like I
They're
different
safer
guys.
on the Twins. I mean, they're
Yeah.
safer on the Saints.
A different guy. One guy that just popped up on my thing was Aaron Sabato, who was I think our first round pick 5 years ago,
UNC
4 or 5
guy, I
years
think.
ago. Yeah, he was. He was late in the first round, but he was our first round pick. I gotta imagine he probably had an almost $3 million signing bonus as a first round pick, and he's God knows how much he's getting paid every year, and he just down there, and I think he's kind of mashing. He's got 19 doubles on the season. Guy's probably living a pretty chill life. I mean, zero
Yeah.
pressure. He doesn't have to travel very far for these games.
No.
Doesn't sound half bad, honestly.
Hold on, I don't want to knock our friend of the program, Cody Morissette, but
Oh, so Aaron
his-
Sabato also had a home run
today.
Yeah. He's playing
the
much
two-
better than I think he is.
2 RBI single came when it was 17-2. Was there a position player pitching?
I don't know.
It shouldn't count then.
It doesn't look like it. He threw it was a 95-mile-an-hour pitch.
All right, maybe not.
Well, maybe
We'll count it.
Or the Alan Roden guy that was one of the guys we got in the trade for Varland. We don't have to exhaust that over and over again, but he's in AAA right now. I mean, he was hurt for a while, but he's hitting I don't know. He's got some crazy
why has
AAA
he not been called up?
He was hurt for a while.
Messi scored again.
Yeah, I think it's actually Roden's first game back. I think he was hurt. I think to start most of the year. But
I don't know. Messi,
no matter what he hits, that's still the worst trade in MLB history.
Messi must have pictures on every soccer player ever. They don't even get near him when he has the ball. It's insane.
That's my favorite conspiracy theory of yours.
Yeah,
Part of being good.
Yeah, it's not that he's just good and creates space.
Come on, they can. He's not that fat. I mean, you can get near him. They don't even get near him. That's. I mean, it's not really a conspiracy theory. That's just. All right.
I mean, this one was the goalie spilled it. That's why there's no near because there was a rebound and he was the only one crashing
I
in
was
that.
talking about his first goal. He just took it and went straight in and kicked it. I'm not talking about the second one. I haven't even seen the second one.
The goalie is Zinedine Zidane's kid. Fun fact.
That is
the Algerian goalie. Zinedine Zidane, dad, is the guy that headbutted the guy many years ago.
I was gonna say he plays goalie just about as well as his dad coaches.
Yeah. So his son, I wonder if his mom's Algerian. I don't know what the what the lineage is there, but his son is the Algerian goalie.
What's going on? What are they looking at now on the college? What are they challenging now on the College World Series? That he left early?
He did not leave early.
You guys are watching, not me.
That was actually a pretty incredible throw from that infielder.
Oh, yeah, well, because he had to spin. This is the most I've seen of the College World Series since it's been on, to be honest with you. So, all right, well, I guess we'll have, next week World Cup continues. It ruined my plans to go out of town, so I had to make ulterior plans.
They could have been reviewing the guy from first going to second if it was too late. I don't know because that
I
guy's
thought
now
they
in
were
first.
reviewing that he left early. But I've been on a roll lately. We'll talk about next week of stealing coaches' signs. I've been getting really good at it. So I let you know. Sam used to be decent at it, but I'm getting really good at it.
I mean, I did him as a player and then as a coach, I guess.
When I sat at the Legion tournament, keeping score and staring at every third base coach, I didn't have much else to do. But
it was I don't know if you watched the first in the first inning of the College World Series in Omaha, so like the real College World Series, West Virginia stole home. It was awesome.
The very first game thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably nothing more demoralizing
than stealing home
for the other team. Yeah. As somebody who stole second, third, and home in the same inning, it's pretty awesome.
I had two things. One, I had someone tell me over the weekend that you used to coach, who now coaches at that team that you used to coach, that when you hit the outfielders' balls, all you did was try to just hit it out. You didn't really care if they were trying to field it or not. You want to comment?
By the way, my comment would be I couldn't hit it out if I tried. So he's completely wrong.
I saw you hit one out once.
No, I mean, yeah, when I can if I wanted to, but unlike Joe Mauer, my game as leadoff guy wasn't to hit it out, it was to get on base.
No, he was saying when you
see pitches.
When you were hitting balls to the outfield as a coach.
No, I don't know what he's talking about. I've had perfect fungo.
Okay.
You should ask him. I have a feeling who it is. I know who it is. Why he couldn't catch them and why he asked me to hit him easier.
I will.
And if it's the other one I'm thinking of, ask him why he saw multiple balls in left field.
He's got the initials of a very famous wrestler who just retired.
Don't you mean JS, not JC?
AJ. Hello?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I'll tell you off the air. You coached him. I'll tell you off the air. Anything else we want to touch on?
No, that was an uncomfortable closure, so you should probably just wrap it up after that.
Okay. He'll apologize after. But this is another edition of Apples to Apples. We will be back next week. Well, are you guys in town? Like I should have asked that. Is there something?
No, I'm gone.
Well, when are you leaving?
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah, Mom had the date. Mom, you and Mom probably had the dates wrong in the same way. She said the same thing to me. It's the next comment. I was gonna say, is your next comment? Aren't you going over the 4th of July? The question is yes. We come home on the 5th.
Oh. So this is the last show for a week.
2.
2 weeks.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to do it.
Well, we don't know how to do that. All right. Well, will the World Cup be over? No, it won't be because we were going to go. Okay. All right. We'll have a lot to.
It's a good time to take a bit of a hiatus. It's too early in baseball season to care. much less if we even did care. The World Cup won't be quite interesting yet.
I'll have an update too on my lips and how this lip balm is saving my life. So that'll be good. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you in a couple weeks. Ciao.